Hey there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back with my confident voice because just woke up, had some nice soup. It's time is around 1:30 here, and it's very hot and humid night out. We're waiting for some sort of storm within a few days, maybe tonight. We don't know. So I did not plan to do this video today. I just suddenly felt like doing it because sometimes you gotta do what you feel like doing. So as you can see from title, I'm going to put 20 fragrances that I always want to keep, and the concept behind this is not saying, okay, few things out of the way before I start. Few things, okay? First thing is I'm not going to rush. I'm going to tell stories. These are not some of the latest fragrances. These are some of the fragrances very special to me. And one man's, trash is another man's treasure, right? Or vice versa. So these things may mean nothing to you at all. Maybe you never tried them. Maybe you never liked them. Okay, so these are just from my journey. I started collecting in 2015. Yeah, officially collecting, watching reviews, and I started reviewing on 2016. So my collection journey, everything was special because, if you just think of perfumes, fragrances like just commercial products, they don't have lives, right? They don't have any soul. But what they hold is memories. When you put it on and you have this certain period of time in your mind, let's say you're a student, or maybe you're just working in your early years, maybe you had to struggle a lot to make money to buy one fragrance. So I have my memories of 20 years almost in Malaysia, and then here also in Bangladesh. So I'm going to start with another note is that I may make a very big video. I don't care. I don't really want to rush this because this is very close to my heart, as I already told you. I'll tell you stories on each, why they're special, nothing to do with longevity. And I'm not saying these are ever like the best fragrances. To me they are, but I'm not trying to even dare to say these are the fragrances of best of all time. Okay, these are all mostly designers, and there are a couple of niche. So I gave priority to stuff that I wore, I have a lot of memories with. And last thing before I start is that I would love to keep these fragrances, not like a house catch a fire, or those are just like fun concept, but literally if you ask me someday if I retire, what fragrances will hold value to me. There are a lot of fragrances I tried, thousands of fragrances I owned and I used, I did sampling, whatever, but these fragrances have like always had special memory. So you can try these are my life special. So here we go one by one, and they don't have any ranking, no chronological order, nothing. Let's go one by one. Man in Black by Bvlgari. This is the special edition, all blacks edition. It says at the side, where does it say? All blacks edition. Yeah, all blacks edition at the side. This is super rare, but I mean to say the original Man in Black. Yes, I will not discuss pricing, discontinuation, all that thing, but I really wish all these fragrances, they were always in my collection. I could always just one fine day, I want to sniff it or use it. Not perhaps every day, but this Bvlgari's Man in Black, so many memories, so many stories with this. And has been proven like one of those dark, spicy, sweet, rum, boozy, tobacco fragrances or tuberose. The DNA of Man in Black is always like, I always been like split, Spice Bomb or Man in Black, Spice Bomb or Man in Black. End of the day, I always choose this one most of the time because of the thickness. Yes, it sometimes have performance issues, Man in Black original one, but if you wear it in a colder night, like winter properly, it will still give you 7 to 8 hours, right? So Bvlgari's Man in Black has been part of my journey for a very, very long time. And I just picked them up randomly. Maybe some of the brands are so many here, but they were not picked by the brands. Okay, so Bvlgari's Man in Black is one special fragrance I'll start with. Number two, super hard to find this one. Now I use this very sparingly, and I really hope I can buy another bottle before this one completely disappears from market. This is going to be called Cartier Declaration Dune Soir. This is the masterpiece right here. Another masterpiece from this house, which I could show today, but decided not to, is Roadster. Another masterpiece. But, again, I said, it's a masterpiece to me. Maybe you will not feel the same way. Some people did say they love this. This is a masculine rose, sandalwood combination, and beautiful. I mean, the rose in this and the pink pepper, the opening. I told this story in my reviews. I went to buy La Nuit de l'Homme in Malaysia 2016, seeing all the hype from Jeremy and all that. Again, you see that I'm not rushing today. I'm going to tell stories. Even if it runs 1 hour, I don't care. If I am not here tomorrow, this video should be here. So I tried this at KLCC, Surya KLCC. Isitan, okay, or one of those shops, Parksons, yeah. So Parkson, I go in there, and there's this beautiful, wonderful human being. Um, you know, uh, I think we call like transgender people. Sometimes we misunderstand them, but some of them are so educated. They are so passionate. They have in-depth knowledge. I'll call the person she. I forgot her name. So she was like 6 feet tall. At first, when you see the person, obviously you'll be a little bit, you know, like out of confidence, because maybe they know more than you. But I tried La Nuit de l'Homme, and she said, try this. And trust me when I say that L'Homme La Nuit de l'Homme, I smelled and I got this one first. I did not buy La Nuit de l'Homme, I bought this. So the rose, whenever I wore it in the lift, two funny stories. One funny story was when I got here 2016, there was winter time, and got into the lift, and I heavily used it. I was going for a date, and this mother and the child got in. They don't live here anymore. They were, I think, was renting the house. We lived here always. This was our old apartment. Perhaps we'll move soon. So this is our 25 years old apartment in this building, very old building. So the kid was looking at me, holding the mom's hand and looking at me like this, and then I was so confident. That time I was ruthless, I would be rocking perfumes like everybody would notice, I was a show off. And then the kid says, Mom, someone is using very strong perfume. And the mother was so embarrassed. The second story is, I wore this to have a program in Malaysia. We had this Kuala Lumpur embassy, we had this 16 December Victory Day program. So we're going for, I think, perhaps maybe a practice session with our group, singing group. So my mentor, her name is Muhuadi. So she and her family, we all had this nice, wonderful family. So she was picking me up. I was not driving that day. So they had a SUV, like MPV, just like mine. I had like 7-seater that was called Proton Exora CFE. Those in Malaysia would understand. I missed that car. So I got in, and then everybody, the daughter of Muhuadi said, Joy uncle always smells great. And she said, yes, what perfume are you using? I just took a shower and I put this on. Big story, right? This is special for that. This is priceless. I usually hate rose, in general. Always loved it. Okay, so second one is Cartier Declaration de Soir. Big story. Third one will surprise many of you. There have quite a few shocking ones here for you. Third one is Burberry's London. Why I'll always have this? This is the old batch. I'm having goosebumps because I know without opening the bottle, I know how this smells. I know in my head storage, early days of collection, early days of excitement. Till today, I haven't found a fragrance as good as this Burberry's London. Port wine, and I remember the tobacco. I always got this guava note from this. Like when I smelled it, it's like a beautiful fruity. It's very difficult to describe, what emotion does. And I love the quote, back in the days, there was hype. Even nowadays, reviewers hate to admit it. They hate designers. They're like, I'm no longer designer head. I am a niche head. I do not do that. To each his own. I respect everybody's value, priorities. But to me, a Nautica Voyage, which didn't make the list, is always going to be special because I have so many memories. So Burberry's London, great times of winter, great times of 2016, 17, 18. These 3 years, I rocked this like crazy. So I still have about, I don't know, 30, 35 mil. I'm going to get a backup bottle. Newer batches are not as good as this, longevity-wise, but the smell, so good. Burberry's London is nostalgic. The next one, this is a strange one. I blind bought this, okay? I did not have a tester. I got a little bit discount in Sogo, Malaysia. This was not the bottle. This is my third or fourth bottle. This is called Versace the Dreamer, or Versace Dreamer simply. Nobody talks about it unless there's a OG reviewer like Chad, or maybe who else would talk about this. Some of the other reviewers talk about it, maybe Red Essence, because we have been friends for many years. I've been a fan and friend of my good friend. But, like Steven, back in the days, he was one of my like top watch channel. I still watch him, but the trend back in the days, the reviewers used to have a lot of designers. So I remember like Dreamer was like a love or hate fragrance back in the days. I put this on a very hot day. I took not LRT, I think it was MRT or the Star line. I was going to Ampang side, Ampang Hilly or Ampang Point, somewhere there for some meeting someone. So I put this on. I bought this from Sogo. I walked to the Masjid Jamek station. I'm sorry, those who do not follow Malaysia, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm just telling the stories. So I got in the start. The start that day was warm day. It was like a 4:30 or 5. So I was wearing this, and there's this huge breeze going on, because when you go up from the ground level up there, a little bit upper, like third floor sort of high up there. So there's like still breeze going on in an open place, and this thing was moving, and I'm like, wow, I fell in love with Versace Dreamer the day I bought it. Okay, and it's not for everybody. It has this like lamolish, uh, wet tobacco, lavender, sort of this dreamy powdery thing. And I bought this for Mark. Mark said this is a fragrance which gets better and better over time. This is why Versace Dreamer is here. Always gonna be in my rotation or collection. Amazing fragrance. Then next one, this is obvious one. La Nuit de l'Homme, everybody loves it. I don't know, I forgot the year. You can take a look at the batch code. Perhaps this is 2014, all those bit older, but not the 2009, the OG, the one to get. No, I don't have that, but I always had 2012 and onwards. So La Nuit de l'Homme, I have had many flankers. I have had clones. I have had similar fragrances. I always got pumped up. This is one of the fragrances that cloned a lot. Everybody got La Nuit de l'Homme or its clone at some point, but never actually I found any perfect solution for La Nuit de l'Homme's this magical opening of cardamom, bergamot, chocolatey, lavender, this thing. Blue Electric is good, but still I feel La Nuit de l'Homme, the original formulation, if it gets a little bit dark like this, you can see my juice is a bit dark. Nowadays, whatever you find, it will be a little bit transparent. If you ever get an older batch, get it. This is, for me, very special. The smell, longevity, it kind of sucks. People say 2009 lasted. In I'm a humble opinion, I don't think it will last like many of the niche fragrances, but La Nuit de l'Homme is special for me, okay? A lot of compliments. This is one of those fragrances truly women love. It's a very masculine, sexy, spicy, something about it. Perfect, Next one, perhaps, is one of my, fragrances. I have one honorable mention, which I'll mention very end. I did not mention in the beginning, but I'll show you this. This is the reason which the honorable mention didn't make it, but I love the honorable mention too. Paco Rabanne Purom. If you go to my channel, I have reviewed this 3 times, I think. A tribute, one random video in one of the Malaysian streams outdoors, and I was just having no mic, nothing, just random. I just went with a small little 50 ml bottle of this, and I have so many stories. This is one of my signature scents, okay? Paco Rabanne Purom holds a lot of value, a lot of memories, a lot of sentiments in a bottle, sort of, okay? Green, masculine, fresh, vanilla, very weird combination. The dry down is so lovely. If you like nature, there are fragrances like Polo Green, okay? There are fragrances like many other fragrances like green ones, okay? But when I see like powerhouses, Paco Rabanne Purom is a powerhouse and a beauty in a bottle. Always try a fragrance before buying, but you have to try the dry down of it. This is hands down the best Paco Rabannes ever. So the next one is, sadly, I didn't want to put this in this list because it's very hard to find now. It's $250, $300 they're asking. Out of the whole Thierry Mugler line, I had to pick one. I was always in love with Pure Malt, always in love with it. And a few of the other ones would be Pure Energy, Pure, what's the other ones? I'm looking at them like they're Tonka, there is Cryptomine, there is Ultra Zest, a lot of the other ones there, but my signature I found from this line is this. Mark loves Amin. I love Pure Havane. I really wish this was in the rotation, $65, one standard price, you could find it easily. And I love this. I was going to put Naxos, but I'm like, no, Naxos is not as close to me as this. They are both good. Naxos perhaps is a better fragrance than this, but I used it since 2016. Okay, 16, 17. I think 17, yeah. The day I sprayed it, I cannot explain to you. First sniff, falling in love. That's it. And it always have the same effect. I never got bored of Pure Havane. Cherry, kind of powdery tobacco. It's just intoxicating. Look at the bottle. Just take a look at the bottle. Nothing looks as great as a Thierry Mugler bottle. Amazing, mystifying kind of bottle. Next one, perhaps I tried Pure Malt and this one at the same time, and I found some sort of connection. I don't know, is it vanilla or something? But the day I smelled it, I connected them together. And I actually remember the dry down, I love this one more. I love Pure Malt's opening more, the whiskey, but this was my love. Jaipur by Boucheron. This is my vintage batch, okay? And when I got this is very old bottle. When I got this, I also got the EDP, but this one, something about it, masculinity. This is a mature man's scent. Not everybody's going to understand it. Get a bottle like this. Is still affordable, available, and even reformulation is still great. When you grow up, if you're 20s now, when you're going to grow up to 30s, you're going to understand the value of this perfume, okay? Huge confidence booster, huge performance, longevity projection. Boucheron is just like Bvlgari and Cartier, they make ornaments. Even Van Cleef & Arpels, they also make ornaments. But Boucheron knew what they made. It is a shape of a temple in India. Those who do not know, and Jaipur is the place they dedicated this fragrance to. Check this out. Check out my review. It's a hidden gem. If you do not have it in your collection, get it. This is much better than all the trash that's coming out nowadays. I said trash. Okay, talking about trash. This is a trash to many people, but I'm shameless. I always stick to this perfume. I never could get rid of it. I have the still 50 little ml bottle, gone bad. But over the years, I never fall out of love with Invictus. Have you ever seen anybody putting Invictus? Perhaps the Invictus Elixir, the other ones. But nobody talks about Invictus no more. They forgot about it. Invictus did a lot for me. I took this small bottle I had. I went to Penang, like 6-7 hours drive with my friend. And we went to places, we stopped by, we took pictures, we ate. That trip, the whole trip, I took a picture. And then there's the background, Penang Bridge. I worried anywhere I went, people seem to understand this fragrance, like something about this perfume. It is synthetic, it's sweet, it's annoying, cloying. But this is the kind of perfume normal people use, the masses use, like people who like Cool Water, Dunhill Desire Red. They don't care for niche. They don't care for what is the top seller, what is the note. Don't care for the notes. Just Invictus. Invictus is the fragrance you take to overseas trip with your suitcase. You don't really care if it breaks or something. Anywhere you go, you just put this Invictus. That's it. That's why Invictus was with me. And I love this perfume. 150 ml. Maybe I should have got a 200 ml. Really, really amazing in my journey. See, it's not the same for everybody. Next one. Those who know me, they know me by this fragrance, okay? This is Dunhill's Icon, right? Man, sometimes, I forget things, but yeah, I'm standing by this fragrance. Don't think like I do not know about this. When this fragrance was not hyped, only handful of reviewers are talking about it. I think Chad, he was correct. I wish I could show you the whole 50 fragrance I would keep, like Sikke Reveal, very close to my heart. Reveal and Dunhill Icon, maybe Dan Norton talked about it back in the days. Steven did, perhaps Chad did, few, and then I was one of them. I hyped it. I said I don't care what people say. Dunhill's Icon, man, something wrong with me. Nowadays maybe I'm having like sort of a memory fade or something. Yeah, I'm sorry if I get the names wrong. Sometimes I apologize, but this perfume, if I write down, don't worry. This fragrance has been special to me. I'll always have this bottle, okay? I really hope they never discontinue it, because this is literally the best Dunhill ever made, okay? So Dunhill's Icon. Okay, that's a lot of them. Okay, how many minutes? 17 minutes. Okay, let's go more. Next one. I would not make this list without this fragrance, okay? Pure respect. Dior Fahrenheit 2012 or 11 edition. So I never had, frankly speaking, I never had a bottle that is the vintage, that crooked, like a straightforward thin bottle. I never had that. So whenever I started using Fahrenheit, it was the like 2015, 12, these batches, and they were pretty good, but more on fluorescent dry down than the opening like gasoline note, the violet leaves. People talk about the leather. So these are all there in different, like Aventus has batch variations. So is this. So I smelled this DNA when I was a kid. Like my uncle perhaps used to use it. Okay, Fahrenheit when it came out first. Like maybe when I was in school, I smelled this on my elder brothers, uncles. People used it. Like I could not afford it back then, obviously. So when I had this, tried this in, again, Malaysia, like they had the Dior counter, they had this kind of cones, they don't have like paper strips on Dior. So they had this thing. So when you pick up the cone, like I'll show you, since I'm taking time, I'll show you what actually I mean. These are like something I use for decanting. These are some tools, but in Dior counter, they put it like upside down like this. So they have some sort of liquid in there, like the perfume. And when they open it, like it's much bigger than this, but you can smell the perfume. The day I smelled the gasoline, I knew I had to have this. I did not care if it's not relevant anymore. Perhaps people don't wear Fahrenheit no more. But Narcis Rodriguez, for him, this one, Xenia's Vumo. There are a lot of fragrances like with violet leaves, YSL L'Homme Libre, okay? These are special fragrances for me, but I choose violence today with the gasoline. Fahrenheit, very special in my journey. Check out my review on Fahrenheit. I have told stories. Next one, sentimental reasons. Obviously, this is going to make this list. Polo Blue. I have Polo Blue Parfum. I had Polo Blue Mini. I tried EDP, Deep Blue. There are many other blue versions, but to me, always EDT is special. When I was not in fragrance game, when I was in university, I had this tiny little 75 ml, and I used to wear it with so much happiness and pride. Lacoste Pour Homme, that one, Armani's Code, and I have one more coming up. So this holds so many values, so many memories, okay? Polo Blue is that freshness of summer, very unique. I call this even a bigger goat than VPH, Versace Puro, which I did not include today. Okay, I love that. But Polo Blue is my first love in blue category. Check this out. Maybe you like it. Talking about blue category, this is in nobody's list anymore. People hate this fragrance, okay, because how overpriced and how poor perfume it is. But whenever I spray this, the opening burst always takes me away, and such a high class blue, spicy, you guys know, grapefruit perhaps, and then incense, and then the opening is just such a stunning opening. One of the best blue fragrances, Bleu De Chanel. I was gonna put Dior Sauvage, which is here. It is also a classic, but I tried this first, okay? I hated Sauvage at first, but I always loved Bleu De Chanel. Sauvage is a better performer, Sauvage is a better value, but opening wise, Bleu De Chanel is hard to beat, because this is the fragrance that started the whole sort of like a blue trend in fragrance community. Always have this, love this fragrance, Bleu De Chanel. I don't reach for it always, sometimes in the mood. Next one, yeah, lot of memories. Paco Rabanne 1 million. My good friend Steven from Belgium, fragrance with Steven, I think his channel is called. He taught me a lot of things, okay? And the honorable mention is also gonna be about him. So Paco Rabanne 1 million. I do not know. I used this after the era of 1 million was over. I used Eros, everything, when people already used it for a number of years. The day I tried 1 million, I cannot tell you how much I love the opening. I wanted to own 1 million so bad, so bad. Like nowadays, how you crave for a niche perfume, I crave for this, okay? 1 million, I don't know, man. Even today, when I spray this, I have another bottle. This is my unopened, like unused bottle. I got a backup. And this is like the gold bar. I always love this bottle design. I have the whole line, but this is the one that I love. Okay, 1 million is always, I'm gonna always have this. It has all the notes. It's just something stunning perfume. It's one of the best designer perfumes ever. Okay, there, I said it. Okay, Paco Rabanne 1 million. Next one, my signature scent that started my journey, Boss Bottled. I already spoken a lot about it, so I'm gonna skip it. Boss Bottle is a 20 out of 10 fragrance for me. My dad used it, I used it. Number of years, number of batches. I have a vintage batch. The older batches are much stronger. So people nowadays looking for EDP intense, get a vintage of Boss Bottle if you can, original. 30 ml, pay $100. It's worth the money, okay? It will beat PDM, was that fragrance, Layton, in my humble opinion. It is stronger, but Boss Bottle, man, any shopping mall you went, huge commercials, advertisements, Boss Bottle, okay? Anywhere you go, you smell Boss Bottle. People are spraying it. The shop assistant, they're spraying it. Everybody buy a backup of Boss Bottle. My dad always used it, okay? I always gift him this. I'll give him one more bottle once he finishes it. Boss Bottle for the glory. That is like a cinnamon, golden apple sort of goodness. Next one, when you talk about vanilla, this is one of my best fragrances. Like I always want to have this. This is Nishane Ani, one of the niche perfumes. Now it's more expensive than before, but something about it, I just love it. It's just so beautiful. It has, I think, blackcurrant or something like a berry note, some lemon, and then very simple vanilla. Very simple, like kind of almost like a boozy, but very simple yet long-lasting, elegant fragrance, okay? In winter, man, I used Hachivat and this. I layered them. I enjoyed them immensely, okay? These two fragrances always going to be part of my life. And there was a time I dated in winter, man. She loved this perfume on me, and this is her favorite too, okay? Nishane Ani, special fragrance. Try to get an older batch, you'll see. The next one, no one will talk about. I have 4 left. The video is not running 50 minutes, okay? Anyway, so this is very special. Nobody shows you this. Someone, recent times, 2 persons asked me, brother, are you gonna sell this bottle? Because this is very hard to find. I don't see it anywhere, and you don't even ever talk about it, like putting it on. I sell a lot of perfumes, okay? A lot of perfumes I sell off, but this I never had the heart to sell off. I hope I don't have to. This is La Mole Essence de Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. So when I show you the bottle, it looks just like now maybe like Le Beau. Yeah, but Le Beau was like taken, the bottle design was taken from this. This was the first of this nature when it came out. It looked like a Terminator, and the juice color was lavender blue, greenish, right? Like how Le Beau looks. But it changed over the years. This is my very first bottle in Asia. I proudly say it, okay? In Malaysia at least. The day they opened Sogo, opened the gate, I went in. I was waiting because I know that this is going to be launched 2016. And I saw Mark's review the night before. Mark said how good this smells. He is my fragrance guru. So back in the days, whatever he recommended, I bought. Jeremy recommended, I bought. This perfume, this did not get, the glory it deserved. Not the most perfect fragrances ever. It got stronger over the years. Look at the juice color transformation. Check out my review, okay? La Male Essence de Parfum. I love La Male Le Parfum a lot. Maybe the second best is this, okay? But they're joint champion, okay? La Male Essence de Parfum. I love this perfume a lot. Last three. These three are going to be very like obvious. Prada Amber Purum. No need for drama. Prada Amber Purum is the fragrance for me that made me love Prada. I got whatever designer I could find and some niche line. Danielle De Rocha, she did most of the Prada fragrances. Prada L'Homme is so elegant. I love it. I was going to put it today, but this thing always has something special in my heart. I love Prada L'Homme. It's still available. Prada Amber Purum, sadly discontinued. And someone said they released a new version, which is not purple juice, different juice color. I don't know how that smells, but this thing, man, oh, luxurious, smells bar of soap, spicy amber. There's just nothing like it. Prada Amber Purum, I never found a dupe of this which is as good. But yes, there is, however, one Prada L'Homme clone perhaps in Ajmal or one of these houses. But Prada Amber Purum, it's a genius fragrance. It's a masterpiece. I love this perfume, very long lasting, and love this bottle design as well. I perhaps will get it back up. Second last one, okay? This perfume is close to my heart for many reasons. Angel Share by Kilian, okay? For the bottle, for the smell, for the longevity, for how much I love it. If I don't feel like wearing a perfume, I don't know what to pick. Confidence booster is this, okay? I have quite a few that I tried, I bought. Angel Share. I feel personally, I picked this one from Kilian as a love of my life, okay? This is the best Kilian fragrance in my humble opinion. There are a few of the other ones I love. Rolling in Love, Apple Brandy, Straight to Heaven. There are quite a few. But this is something you must collect. If you have money, if you can save up the money, all the clones are great, but the opening, the quality, and the bottle presentation is just masterpiece, masterfully done. Angel Share is my love. I just wish they had a bigger bottle than 50. I don't want to buy a flacon. Last but not least, what do you think is going to be, okay, out of the 20? Yeah, it has to be that special fragrance, DHI, okay? Dior Homme Intense. That started my passion. After Boss Bottle was my early days. But when I started studying, when I saw reviews, when I joined my community, 2015, I was in Steven's group, Mark's group, other groups. And this thing was always discussed there. And I saw one fine day Jeremy did a video. He said, Dior Homme Intense, this is what rich people wear in clubs. Yes, I keep mentioning Jeremy. I know many of you hate him now. I don't follow him anymore. But Jeremy, when he was at his prime, he made fragrances popular. This is the most... this is the one like thing reviewers wouldn't say today. Admit there was a time he got huge bashing. We also did that same. We were part of it. Like he said, Office for Men is the greatest fragrance ever. Yeah, we did not buy that, but that's a good fragrance. But when Jeremy was Jeremy, before he started his own commercial line, he was wearing those. Yeah, maybe he was perhaps maybe sponsored by YSL, other brands, but he was happy guy. He was young, he was happy, he was described fragrances sitting there, and he made you buy fragrances. Admit it, hate it, love it or hate it, this is the truth. Yes, I have full respect to all the reviewers. All the reviewers I mentioned, they're gold, they're great. But Jeremy is one side, he is the commercial bro, not commercial, he's the bro that makes you love designers, that's what he did. He did not push niche, so Dior Homme Intense, I remember that, and other people, the vintage batches, that iris goodness, it's like a fire, I have that little bottle in there. Let me show you the little bottle. People always say, hey, that's your favorite bottle. Wait. Yeah, sorry, I had to go and get the bottle because this video wouldn't be complete without it. I told you I'm going to make a big video. So if you've seen my if you have been with me many years, those who know me, when I did, my journey sort of launched, like my channel sort of launched from this collab video that Chad did, A Gentleman's Journey, with the new reviewers. 2016, I went to Genting Highlands and I did the video and I picked up 3 maybe. This was one of them. This is the bottle. This is the epic bottle. The opening has gone a little bit off. This is the old batch. You can see at the side. This is the first bottle that I bought when I started my journey with Elirom Sport, Au Extreme, Ultra Male, Lamal, the One, Isimiake, Bleu De Chanel. So these are the reasons why I'm in the game. I did not know much about perfumes. I wore this in high heat. I went to have a steak, a dinner with my family in my birthday. And I remember I was wearing this Dior Homme Intense. You have to collect this perfume. There's no alternative that is as good as this. Simple. Yeah, there are fragrances like from Givenchy, Gentleman, EDP. You can get Valentino Uomo Intense. They're all great. Many of the other lines they did, but Dior Intense remains the king. You know, that's why that's number one. So yeah, I still have like this bottle. The new bottles I think a little bit different. Okay, so Dior Intense. So great fragrances in my journey. Thank you so much for watching. That's why I'm not doing any other videos. I want to put this. Okay, if you ever watch the whole thing, you'd understand like why fragrances are special. It's not always about hyping things up or, you know, talking about what's the latest release or what is a pea dropper or something, you know. I don't know. Again, I want to finish on this note. So many of you do not like when I talk about other reviewers, like this whole trend of TikTokers. You know, I don't want to say I have full respect for them because they make fragrances fun for younger generation, but our generation, maybe that holds no value. You know, what women want or how you're gonna get women or how this is gonna get you laid. I don't expect that with perfumes. What I really cared for back in the day is that, yeah, I can get a compliment. You know, many of these fragrances got me that. I love that. I like people admiring my perfume, and I like what I enjoy wearing. You know, what I love. Boss bottle. I don't care if it's a no fragrance nowadays. It holds so much value. So, you know, I always admire fragrances for what they are, the bottles, the story, the whole campaign, the ad, when it came out first, you know, when I remember so many fragrances came out. Johnny Depp was face of Sauvage, right? And, you know, the whole story, the whole campaign. Now people love Sauvage Elixir. Many people was not there to experience the first bottle of Sauvage. I had a 60 ml bottle. The very first batch of Sauvage, that one, Ultra Male, I cannot tell you the BPI version, I think, yeah, of Ultra Male. Okay, I have it somewhere at the back. I don't get that anymore. Those bottles, man, unbelievable. Unbelievable times, unbelievable experiences, moments, my friends, you know. So they hold those sentiments for me. So do let me know what are your some special fragrances. If you love this kind of content, I am actually making this for you. If even 100 people watch, it's okay. I don't want the views. I want to show you my love. Okay, this is those special videos. Goosebumps. Have a nice day or good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh, wherever you are. See you soon. Bye-bye.